Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Awkwardly Acceptable Podcast. I'm your host, Camera Brielle. This is the Awkwardly Acceptable Podcast, and I am Camera Brielle. I don't know why I said that twice. I just thought you all should know that. Anytime you hear that sound, that means that it's me. This is the Awkwardly Acceptable Podcast. I'm going to say this at least 4 times, okay? This is the Awkwardly Acceptable Podcast. That's the 4 times, so I'm going to say it at least 2 more times. And I'm your host, Camera Brielle. Anyway, y'all, this is going to be a quick little episode. We're probably going to have quick little episodes for the entire month of June until Homegirl don't have little quick episodes. But I do want to thank our sponsor, AirMac Records. Please visit AirMac Records. It is a digitally based record label focused on collaborative methods with independent artists. Make beats and sing songs. Visit airmacrecords.com to learn more. The Awkwardly Acceptable Podcast will not be playing any songs by an AirMac artist because I feel like y'all have heard all my songs, and I don't really want y'all to hear any more of the same old songs, you know? So once I come through with some new stuff or some revamp stuff, then we will be back to listening to things. But I only have like 2 topics really that I want to talk about, and then I'm kind of going to go off on a little bit of a rant, tangent, whatever you want to call it, whatever, but I'm going to be going off on it. Okay, so the first story I want to talk about, and I will be doing a fun fact of the day. I feel like I haven't done that in a long time, but I will be doing a fun fact of the day because I kind of like fun facts of the day, okay? But the first story I want to talk about is something that I'm kind of not too familiar with, but I have seen a couple of YouTube videos, a couple of Twitter posts, and, you know, I just want to add my 2.5 cents or my 1.5 cents because I ain't going to add a full 2 cents. Bitch, I need that 50 cent. The fuck, the way my life been going, I need every cent I can get. Anyway, I did want to talk about the movie, the Central Park 5, When They See Us. However, I didn't see the documentary, so obviously I can't talk about it. I can't see the movie. Well, I can see the movie. I just don't want to see the movie. So I do understand that this is something prevalent, but I don't like always seeing movies, real like, you know, true stories of black people getting the short end of the stick. Okay, I understand, but like I watch this movie and I'll see 5 innocent men, 5 innocent boys go to fucking jail for something they didn't do. And I've never seen Fruitville Station. I've never seen any of that because I just, what's the point? What's the point of seeing movies about real life events when things are still changing? I mean, things are still the same. Nothing is changing. Nothing is fucking changing. I don't know. It seems too much to me, but I do want to see the movie. I do want to have an input, and I do want to say how I feel, but I just don't want to subject myself to watching another black person be subjected to some fucking bullshit and some fucking racism for no reason. So maybe next week I will watch it and I'll be able to talk to you all about it, but this week I'm not going to, okay? But I did want to talk about, I guess everything that I'm talking about, well, the 2 subjects that I have are like, I guess one of them is a very heavy topic, the other one is a very heavy topic. So this is a very heavy topic, Awkwardly Acceptable Podcast. Okay, now I do want to talk about the YouTubers, Bianca and Damian Prince. They run the Prince Family YouTube channel, and they're really, really popular. I don't watch any I don't watch any family channels except for one, and that's because it's mostly like drama with the family channel. But the Prince family has 3.6 million subscribers. It seems that they have a two boys, or is that a girl? I'm thinking those it's two boys and a girl, but it might be two girls and a boy. Okay, I don't know, but anyway, yeah, two boys and a girl because it literally says it. But the controversy started when Bianca gave birth to her daughter. Her daughter, who is named Nova Grace, was born, and Bianca is mixed. Her mother is white, and Damien is black. He's mixed with African American and black. And the controversy started because literally, I don't know, an hour after the little baby was born, they are discussing her physical features, basically. And I have the synopsis. I got it from blackamericaweb.com, but I've seen some of the video. I've seen the part that mattered of the video, okay? So the baby came out, and I've never had a baby, so I don't know how babies are, but, you know, babies come out, their eyes may not be the same color they're always going to be, and they may be light, and you know the color, I guess, that's on the top of their ears, the color that they're going to be. So the baby came out. The baby was light, but the baby had darker patches, and I guess that was a problem for Bianca. She also asked about the eye color, and I guess the baby's eyes are brown, and she's like, okay, so when do they get their eye color? And the nurse is like, well, she's more than likely going to have brown eyes because, you know, if babies start off with brown eyes, their eyes don't tend to get lighter. And Bianca says, I thought you were going to have pretty eyes. Now, they did come out with an explanation video. I didn't see all of the explanation video, but I did see her talking about the pretty eyes comment. She said the only reason why she said she wanted her daughter to have pretty eyes is because Bianca has green eyes. She was born with blue eyes. So she knows how many comments, how many, compliments she gets on her eye color, and she wanted her daughter to experience that because, her sisters have brown eyes, and her sisters don't get that many compliments on their eye color. And I guess, yeah. So that was the explanation. I'm obviously paraphrasing what she said, but that's basically what she said. I just wanted my daughter to get complimented on her eyes, but my daughter is beautiful. I mean, look, ain't nobody say your daughter wasn't beautiful, but you. Then Bianca brings up the eye color yet again in the first video that caused all the controversy. And she's like, yeah, she's going to have brown eyes for sure. Damien then asks, who I'm pretty sure is Bianca's mother. I don't know. Okay. It might not have been her mother, but it was a white woman. And who else? Okay. Who else would it be? Okay. If your mama is white, you giving birth, who else would be in the room? So the relative, Damien asked the relative or the mother, how do you feel about her eyes being brown? And the relative responds with, well, that's okay. That's okay. They then ask about the color, and they're like, okay, so is she going to be DJ's color or a little darker? DJ is their youngest son, and he looks about the same color as Bianca, or no, not really, but he is a lighter skinned individual. The older brother looks like he is brown skin, and the baby looks like she gonna either be a mixture of both of her brothers as far as color, so like a light brown skin color, or just brown skin. But Damien says that she's going to be darker, and it seems as though Bianca is not happy. Now, the reason why this is very prevalent is because it ties into something that's been happening, and I don't care. Okay, I'm going to talk about it. If y'all don't like what I'm saying, then please feel free to close this video, exit this podcast, because I'm going to say what I want to say. Okay? This ties in, the whole colorist thing and the whole, dark skin, light skin thing. And that's why dark skinned black women have such trouble getting respect and getting the recognition that they deserve. And it's always, well, in a dark skinned world, you're a pretty girl, or whatever dumbass people say about dark skinned women. That's what I'm talking about. So, dark skin, subconsciously, and I don't know, this is for everyone, okay? Because, I don't know, but if you're from America, then you know that there was such thing as slavery, and that it didn't happen as long ago as you all would like to think it did. And black people just got the right to vote, I think either a year before my mother was born or a year after she was born, okay? So that's literally a generation away from me, okay? 1. So that means that my grandmother was 17, so she wouldn't have been able to vote anyway. But that means that my great-grandmother wasn't allowed to vote. That means that her mother wasn't allowed to vote. But we all understand that, okay? So in the subconscious mind, that dark skin is viewed as strong and masculine. That's why a lot of black men that you see as sex symbols are dark skin, because a dark skinned man having dark skin is, viewed as a masculine man, a strong man, basically mandingo, okay? And that's why light-skinned women are prized because they're close to white, color-wise. You don't have to be mixed with anything to be light-skinned, but what I'm saying is, closer to white, European beauty standards, so they're viewed as better looking, more feminine, more whatever. So this reminds me of the whole thing that's going on with Stephen Curry, and anybody who knows me knows that I am a basketball fan, and I see what's going on with Steph Curry, and I see how I watch a podcast on sports, or I listen to a podcast on sports every single day, and a lot of people call up and they're like, Steph don't got it. Steph ain't got it. Steph ain't, scrappy. He ain't got it, basically. And I think a lot of the disrespect that Steph gets, and Steph, he done beat my team 3 times, 3 times out of 4. Nigga, that's a 75%. Okay, he's beat my team 3 times out of 4. He is a great shooter, probably one of the best 3-point shooters. He know what the fuck he doing. 2 unanimous MVP votes. He never had a final MVP, but he has 3 championships in 4 years. Very great, very good finals record. I think it's because he is light skinned. And I think he's not getting the respect that he deserves because of that subconscious mindset that some people have. That, the lighter you are, the more delicate you are. So for anybody with a brain who was mad at this girl and this man for what they were saying, basically, you want your boys to be dark skinned. You want them to, exhibit everything basically that her boyfriend or her husband is, because her husband or boyfriend isn't dark skinned, but he is a darker brown skin, so and that's weird to me, because if you wanted so badly your daughter to be a light bright woman, then you should have went with a light bright man or a white man. Okay, black people come in all colors. Okay, so if you are gonna sit up here and you gonna say, well, damn, I wish she was darker. I wish she was lighter, or hopefully she not your color. Which she didn't say hopefully she's not the father's color. But Damien did say, oh, she probably gonna be my color. And Bianca is like, she not gonna be your color. Okay, like that is a horrible, horrible thing to even think about. Okay? But anyway, I think it's the same thing. And obviously this girl, I guess she a cute girl, I'm not gonna say she beautiful, but I guess she's a cute girl. But I know that she has gotten a lot of light skin privilege, and I know that she's gotten a lot of pretty woman privilege. So that's why she is spewing this stuff, if that makes sense. A lot of light skinned girl, not a lot, but some light-skinned women who, are dumb, who feel as though, well, black girls used to pick on me and blah, blah, blah. They often have these same opinions that this Bianca woman has. So that's why I think that's the bigger issue. You're going to look at your child and you're going to see that she's a dark-skinned woman or a brown-skinned woman. And in that way, you're going to see that she's black. And you're going to see that there is because basically she's 3/4 black, so her majority is black. You're going to see that it won't be the same, I guess, experience that you had. And I don't think that she's talking about this, because she doesn't want her daughter to experience racism or colorism or anything like that. I think that she may not be able to relate to her daughter, and God forbid if her daughter has a hair texture that ain't silky smooth and shiny, it's gonna be a problem. And even though obviously people say that they're not colorists, but actions speak louder than words. And that reminds me of, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but that reminds me also of Kim Kardashian, the Kardashian clan, and how so many people said that, and also Beyonce, so many people said that Blue Ivy was ugly. So many people said that her hair needs to be combed. So many people said so much stuff about her, while looking at Northwest, who they were like, she's so beautiful, blah, blah, blah. Same thing they said about True, Khloe Kardashian's daughter. Because True is darker than the other mixed kids. She doesn't look mixed. She looks black. So, wait, does she look black? Because she's OJ's granddaughter. I'm sorry, that was a conspiracy. She OJ's granddaughter. That's all I gotta say. Y'all, I clicked that button about 1 second ago and it just did that. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway. Yeah, but people were talking about True, and they were talking about how, she all right looking, but what's the youngest, the girl, Chicago's so cute, blah, blah, blah. And it's that subconscious attitude toward darker skinned people. Obviously it comes from slavery, but it's been, the slave trade. And it's all over the world. Clearly there are, never mind, I don't want to talk about all that. But one thing I do want to say is, I think the reason why Steph Curry isn't getting the respect that he deserves is because of his skin color. If Steph was a dark skin, if Steph was the color of Kevin Durant, Steph would be that nigga. Dead ass. No joke. Steph would be that nigga. Okay? And it's all just because of his skin tone, in my opinion. And because he's viewed as soft. Because, you know, the lighter you are, the more delicate you are. The more tame you are. Oh, God. I wish y'all could see the quotation marks I just did. Or in my head I did. I didn't do them in the world. The more tame you are, the more civilized you are, okay? And it's a different type of person, especially since this girl Bianca has a white mother. It's a different experience that she had if she had a black mother. That's all I'm saying, okay? So I'm gonna end that right now because I'm done talking about colorism. I spent, I guess, 20 minutes talking about that, which is horrible. But the next story I want to talk about is everything that's going on in the Dominican Republic. I got two of these stories from Fox. Well, I got one story from Fox, one story from from CNN. So we're going to talk about the 3 Americans that checked into a resort on the same day and died within a week. Okay? So we have Pennsylvania resident Miranda Schwab Werner checked into a resort in the Dominican Republic on May 25th and was excitedly taking pictures in the room she shared with her husband. Now, what's weird to me, and I do have to separate this from the other story, is that apparently her husband is still alive, okay? The couple that died after she died, they both are dead. So I'm not saying anything. I'm not putting any thoughts into anybody's mind. All I'm saying is she's dead. Her husband's not. A couple is dead. You get that? Okay. Moving on. So within a week, wow. 5 days later, suddenly she fell ill after a drink from the mini bar. Shortly after, she collapsed and died. Okay. So then 5 days later, because they checked in on the same day, and in the same resort, but at a different hotel. 5 days later, a Maryland couple, Edward Nathaniel Holmes, 63, and Cynthia Ann Day, 49, and also, they didn't say how old Miranda was. They missed their scheduled checkout time, and when the employees checked on them, they were dead. Okay? Hotel workers found Holmes and Day on May 30th. They checked into the hotel on May 25th, exactly the same day as Miranda. And her husband, I guess, is alive. Dan, he's alive. Nobody knows what happened. They were supposed to fly back on the day that they were found. And the taxi driver said that Miranda, the first woman who died, she was happy when they picked her up, her and her husband up from the airport. He went to pick them out. He went to pick them up for their return trip back to the airport and was told that they checked out. Okay? Somebody look into that damn taxi driver, okay? The fuck? I'm serious. Anyway, an autopsy conclude for, let me see. Her cause of death, Miranda's cause of death, the first woman who passed away, has not been determined and a toxicology report is pending, but no violence was involved. And as for the couple, Day and Holmes, police said an autopsy concluded that the couple had respiratory failure and pulmonary edema, a buildup of fluid in the lungs. Blood pressure medication were found in the room, along with 3 other medications, an opioid and an anti-inflammatory. So It was, They also said that for Miranda, the first woman that died, it was determined to be a heart attack. This is what the resort is saying, and said that her husband provided statements that she had a history of heart conditions. Miranda was treated for a heart condition 15 years ago, but had not had any more recent issues. Well, 15 years ago is a long ass time for you to randomly one day have a damn heart attack. Okay, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But this is actually, this happened 1 year after a Pennsylvania woman, 51, died in a similar circumstance as 3 American tourists at the Dominican resort. I've never heard of this woman, but the woman was an African American woman, so you know how they do. I'm sorry. The woman was a black woman, so you know how they do us. Okay. And if you don't know, then you should know. And I'm not Google, so I'm not going to tell you. The family of a Pennsylvania woman who was vacationing in the Dominican Report last year says she died in her room. And it's at a resort that is a part of the popular hotel chain where the deaths of the 3 other U.S. tourists happened. Okay. Yvette Monique Sport, 51. The relative said that she was visiting the popular tourist spot last June and stayed at Bahia Principe Resort in Punta Cana. They say that Sport had a drink from the minibar inside of her room, later went to bed and never woke up. And on her death certificate, heart attack is listed as the cause. Y'all, for real, is this what we gonna do? It's a heart attack? So everybody just... Oh, so these 2 women had heart attacks, right? And then... now see, we need to know. We need to know if Edward Holmes and Cynthia Day had drinks from their minibar as well. Because if they did, then what? Then what? Fox News asked the resort group on Tuesday, if any other Americans had died on its properties in the last 2 years, and they have yet responded. You do know that black market organ donation is a booming business. That's number one. Number 2, so 2 people died of a heart attack, and then the couple died the exact same way of a pulmonary edema and respiratory failure. What? Anyway, this also brings me into something that I have to go on Twitter to look at. So give me a second, y'all. I'm going to pause and I'm going to come right back. Y'all, I'm back. Okay. So this just happened today. This is from Twitter. This woman is now in the Dominican Republic right now. The woman who is on Twitter is not the woman from the Dominican Republic. She said basically what happened. If I can't, I'm trying to figure out what I want to read to you all what happened. Okay. So she says that, and she is also in Punta Cana. And she is a black woman, but honestly, the race don't matter. Seems like the race don't matter. Just seem like, anyway. I'm staying at Breathless Resort in Punta Cana. I've been staying here since Sunday, having a blast. Last night, I called the front desk for help with my hot tub. The guy came in and got it started and left. I got in and drank a little more and shot the shit on my phone a little. Then I went to bed about 11:30ish. About 2 this morning, the guy came back in my room as I was asleep alone, naked. He didn't speak English, so he hit a button on his phone. He didn't speak English, so he hit a button on his phone that said, quote, "Why are you alone? You don't want company?" Bro, if he didn't hit a button on his motherfucking phone, this ain't the first time these motherfuckers done did this, okay? Excuse my language. I jumped to my feet and said, quote, one of us has to die and I'm going home to my kids, and started swinging. He ran out of my room, and that's when I started updating y'all. The hotel said the police were only open 9 to 5, but also said the guy was arrested. How? Where is he? Why would y'all just offer me a couple of bands to settle something? Whoa. So they offered her money. Basically, never take the money. Okay? Now I know, and this coming from a broke bitch. Never take the money. Never, ever in your life take the money. No, ever, never. You done fallen and slipped on some shit in Pizza Hut. Don't take the money. Don't. You done fallen and slipped at a hotel in Atlanta. Don't take the money. Okay? I'm just talking about stuff that happened in my family when we should have taken the money. But anyway, don't take the money, because then they say you done took the money. Ain't no shit. Anyway, she said she wanted to go to the embassy. She said that was her last post. I want to see her first post. She said that the embassy has someone on their way to take me to the actual police to file a report. I should make my 3:00 flight. And then, so she put her location there. That is, when I tell you social media is everything. Yeah, social media sometimes can be a horrible place, but social media gonna save your ass. Remember that. Social media will save your ass. So she then signed a release for the, with the embassy to keep, I guess, them updated. And she's at the police station. They wanted her to see a psychologist, and she like, I don't want to see a psychologist. I want to go to fuck home. And she said her last post was she contacted the embassy, and the resort was supposed to contact the police for the tourist. She asked me, did I see these police? I don't think they ever called the police. And where were they trying to get me to go? OMG, I'm catching that 3:00 flight or going to jail, bro. And then there is a video where it says the hotel never called the police. Instead, they led her into a black back room to speak to the hotel manager, who tried to get her to stay. They tried to get you to stay because they want to kill your ass, okay? And I don't know if yeah. Bro, she honestly, to be quite honest, she was supposed to be dead. If we following the now I don't know about the first woman who died a year ago, but the three people who passed away, the couple and the lady, they all basically died before they were able to check out, or the day that they were supposed to check out, or the night before they were supposed to check out. If this is the night that you're supposed to check out, they're trying to fucking kill your ass, okay? All I'm saying is, just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Wow. Then she says that something's not right. They keep asking me why they keep changing the subject when I ask to come home. I just showed them that y'all already know at home what's going on. Wow. And she's from Columbus, Ohio. Wow. The fact that man pressed a button. I'm not, maybe if this story updates throughout the day, then I'll come on with like an actual video. So if you all, I'm pretty sure nobody, anyway, I'll have a video if this continues to happen, and I'll more than likely have a video of everything that happened tonight. People gotta be safe. Everything is so scary. And I don't think that everything is, I mean, obviously I wasn't born then, but I don't think that anything is less scary than it was back in the day, or more scary than it was back in the day. I think everything is the same amount of scariness. It's just because of social media and because of the internet, you're able to, and TV, you're able to know when there's a serial killer, as opposed to just walking out the goddamn house, going down the street, and somebody fucking slitting your throat. Okay? I'm sorry that I said that, but that's the truth. It's the truth. I'd rather know that there's a serial killer than not know and be dead. But since everybody knows what's going on, I hope that lady makes it home safe. I don't know what the time difference is, but it's almost 3 o'clock here. About 48 minutes until it's 3 o'clock. So I will keep you all updated on this story on my YouTube channel. I am going to be coming out with another podcast that is strictly Patreon only. This obviously will always be free because I love y'all. But my other podcast, I don't know what it's called. I do know what it's going to be about. So, yeah. But that will be a Patreon only exclusive. So, if you all want to listen to that podcast, which does not have a date yet, so it's TBD. But if you all want to subscribe to my podcast, my Patreon, you can support me on Patreon. You all are more than welcome to. I do want to do a fun fact of the day because this is about to be over. But y'all, please be safe, okay? We went to Canada. We went to Toronto. We went to Mississauga. We drove. So honestly, yeah, we could have been dead. Now that I'm thinking about it, there was no need for us to be alive. Just be careful. I know you want to travel. I know you should be able to travel. You should be able to see the world. You should be able to see other countries. But your life is way more important. So, honestly, forget the Dominican Republic. That's done. As of right now, we gonna have to go on vacation in groups. And a husband and wife ain't enough. Groups. Also, another thing, don't drink anything that was already in the room if you're staying in a hotel, or if you're staying in an Airbnb like we were. We probably shouldn't have drank that water that was in there. But just be cognizant of what's going on, update people, have on your damn location, do whatever you need to do. So many people knew that we were going to Toronto. I did, although my vlogs were behind. I'm just thinking about it right now. It very well could have happened. It could have happened. And that's scary as hell. Because it could have happened. Be safe. If you want to travel, and I know some people do want to travel alone, I understand that. But if you are going to travel alone, then you need to be on your P's and Q's. If you aren't driving someplace, I know you can't have a weapon, but as soon as you get to that place, get your ass a weapon, okay? Get a weapon, turn your panic button on your phone, always have your phone charged. Honestly, even if nobody in the world watches your YouTube lives or your Facebook lives or your Instagram lives, go on that bitch. Go on that bitch when you going someplace, when you about to go and do something. Either it's going to be a great video that you can have for memories, or it's going to help somebody know what the fuck is going on if something happens to you. Okay? Anyway, I only have a couple of minutes left, so I want to do my fun fact of the day. So, you all, I need a fun fact. Oh, wow, that's dumb. Okay. Wow. Y'all, I really don't know about a fun fact. Did I say that, fun fact, the inventor of the Frisbee was cremated and made into a Frisbee after he died. Walter Frederick Morrison invented the Frisbee in 1948, which was originally called the Pluto Platter. In 2010, at age 90, he died and his family cremated him and turned his ashes into a Frisbee. Okay? That's gross. That's fucking gross. I'm sorry. I don't mean to say that that's gross, but what I mean to say is also another horrible fact. Heart attacks are more likely to happen on Monday. Heart attacks are increased by 20% on Mondays. The most common time for them to happen is between 4 a.m. and 10 a.m. Yeah. Okay. That's it. Y'all, thank you all so much for listening to the Awkwardly Acceptable podcast. I'm not certain that next week this episode will be so early, so don't tune in at 2:00 or 2:30 thinking, "Ooh, I'm about to get Awkwardly Acceptable." No, you probably won't, but you might. Who knows? I do go off my husband's schedule, and other things, but. My name is Camera Brielle. Thank you all so much for listening. Thank you to everyone listening on Spotify, on iTunes, on Spreaker, on my website, and on YouTube. I will keep you all updated on what's going on in the Dominican Republic. And I will have a series out for you all tomorrow. I know that I said that on Wednesday, but then my car broke down. So anyway, I wish I had a song to play you guys out, but I don't. But I will be back next week with updated songs and with better sounding songs and with everything that you all need. So without further ado, I'm going to say bye. Hold on, let me play this. Bye.